everyone, welcome back to the Dami Show. Today we're going to be reviewing episode 11 of the all-star season of Love Island. Probably 90% of this video is going to be me bitching about Body Crouch Jr., Ronnie, and his snake-like behavior. Probably within the first minute or so of this episode, there's already so much to dissect. It starts off with Grace and the girls that are downstairs eavesdropping on Harriet and Ronnie's conversation. Grace is telling the girls that Harriet isn't in here to focus on Ronnie. Her main focus is really on other guys. Yeah, right. Ronnie asked Harriet if she enjoyed the kiss, and Harriet said that it was a silly question. And during this short conversation, it's clear that Harriet is still really into Ronnie, and they're gonna get back together. It's for sure. And then at the end of the conversation, when they're leaving the terrace, Ronnie puts his hand on Harriet's bum. What? I think I would have turned around and punched this guy in the face. Like, don't touch her. It's creepy. So then it cuts to the scene with Casey and Gabby. Casey is a little bit upset about this one thing that happened during the kissing challenge, which is that Gabby kissed Scott's lip. Fair enough. If Casey felt, a little bit insecure or jealous, he's voicing this to his partner, but I don't like the way he said it. He was basically telling her that it wasn't a lip biting contest. In my opinion, Gabby did absolutely nothing wrong, and I would have respected the approach way more if Casey had just told her, listen, this made me uncomfortable, but I recognize that it's a kissing challenge and that maybe this insecurity or this jealousy is within me, and I'm just letting you know how I feel. He's basically telling her that she shouldn't have done that because it was just a kissing challenge. It wasn't a lip biting contest. No. He feels jealous and a little bit insecure, which is 100% fine, but you should acknowledge that, it's coming within you. And then basically they finish the conversation by saying no, it's cool, whatever, no, it's fine. They're not solving anything, and I think this is the perfect way to build up resentment in a relationship. To just bring up a topic, a little conflict, which is fine, but then kind of blaming one another and then just not fixing the issue and just being okay, I'm tired of speaking about this. Let's just stop talking about it. I don't have high hopes for this relationship. There's the conversation between Curtis and Ekin-Su. To me, the conversation seemed a little bit more healthy compared to the conversation between Gabby and Casey, because both of them were saying how they felt. And then the conversation ended with Ekin-Su telling Curtis that, she also has her insecurities, he has his insecurities, and yeah, it hasn't really been resolved. But in my opinion, it was more healthy because they weren't blaming each other for how they felt. I mean, Curtis was a little bit, but in my opinion, Ekin-Su did go above and beyond with this challenge, right? She was touching the guys. It was kind of getting sexual. So I do think that Curtis has a point here. Catherine and Montel have to end up together. They are hilarious together. It was so funny when Catherine brought up the fact that she thought that Montel had a child. And then Montel calls Catherine a donut. It's just, I don't know. They have this chemistry going on and they're just hilarious. You can tell that they're friends. And I think a friendship is a really good base for a relationship. And I love how Catherine is shooting her shot there. She's basically telling him that the only reason she didn't go for him is because she thought he had a child. So she's making her intentions very clear. And I hope that Montel is also into her so that they can finally match up. Ronnie pulls Elma for a chat. And he starts off this conversation by telling her that he just wants to be honest with her, right? This is a conversation so that they can clear the air, and he just wants to be honest with her. And then proceeds to lie and lie and lie and lie. I swear to God, he lied 5 times within this 1 minute conversation that I saw on screen. I know in reality it was probably a 5-minute conversation, but still, one lie per minute? I swear this man is a compulsive liar. I promise you. The lies include him telling Elma that he is very confused. He's not sure where his feelings are at. He needs to sleep on it. Why are you telling Elma that when you just had a conversation with Harriet telling her that it's always been her, all the feelings are coming back, and then you end up the conversation with putting your hand on Harriet's ass? And Elma heard this conversation like she was eavesdropping. On top of this, Elma brings back a lie that was told to her a few days ago by Ronnie. Ronnie sent Harriet flowers, specifically roses, right? The most romantic flower. He sent those flowers to Harriet in December, but Ronnie had told Elma that he hadn't spoken to Harriet since November. So he's confronted with this lie. And of course, when he's confronted with this lie that he can't explain, he puts up his hands and he's just basically telling her like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't have to explain myself to you or to anybody. This man is a compulsive liar. And then this man goes to Harriet and he's upset. So there's this little confrontation. He's upset because Harriet told the girls that Ronnie asked her 3 times to be his girlfriend. And then there's this mini confrontation. Harriet tells him that she's upset because she heard that Ronnie said their love was a showman's. Ronnie shoots up, angry. My fight and flight response was kicking in at that point. If I had been in this situation where Ronnie was storming towards all the girls and kind of shouting about this showman's thing, I would just have tried to sneak away and run away to go to the bathrooms to not have this confrontation and not to deal with this angry man. Imagine this, right? Buddy Crouch Jr. is so in love with Harriet. He's trying to win her back. He fucked her over so many times, and so why is he acting like this? Like, why is he so aggressive? I hope it gave Harriet the ick, because it definitely gave me the ick. And then Ekin starts yelling that, yeah, you did it, whatever. And Ronnie shoots up again. Like, I get it. Ekin is annoying. But fuck, this man scares me. In the morning, Buddy Crouch Jr. makes Harriet this coffee. And he goes upstairs and tells her that Flopsy, her little stuffed bunny thing, made her a coffee. Is he trying to reenact the Ellie Belly thing with Molly, May, and Tommy? Because that was super cute, right? But this situation gives me the ick. And then there's a beautiful, healthy, mature conversation between Ekin and Curtis. They're just talking about their feelings, how one another felt, how they were both upset, and how they're willing to compromise in the future. And then they get a text, all the Islanders are invited to go by the fire pit. Harriet picks Ron. Yeah, we already know you're obsessed with Buddy Crouch Jr. And then Montel does this beautiful speech. He's talking about Catherine, right? He's talking about how he's known this girl for such a long time. And then he picks Kaz. What? Montel belongs with Catherine. I'm telling you. Ronnie storms off after the recoupling, and Harriet goes to him and she basically says, I can't pick my ex after only 24 hours. It's so obvious that Harriet is in here because she's also in love with Ronnie. Like, there are these Freudian slips, and by telling her ex that she's not gonna just get back to him like that, that's just confirming that, yeah, she's gonna wait a little bit, she's gonna let him beg a little bit, but then eventually, yeah, she's gonna take him back. It's clear. And then he's telling her all these beautiful things, and you can see Harriet's eyes, like thinking, contemplating. Stay away from this man. Trust me. You've already seen what he can offer you. Chaos, cheating, like you've already been through that. You're just gonna go through it again. Anyways, that's the end of my review. This episode was amazing. It was so entertaining. If ever you want to like or comment, that would really help me out. I don't even have one like or comment or subscriber yet. All of these likes are just from, my burner account. And I have one subscriber from my burner account. So I'm so excited. Like, I would be so excited if one person subscribed. I'm like constantly checking my channel to see, and I see the views kind of going up a little bit. So if you wanted to subscribe, like, or comment, that would really make my day. See you next time. Bye.